All right, rockers. Well, we are very happy to have on the phone with us right now. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's a screenwriter, he's a radio personality. He's got a show called House of Hair. I already gave it away. He's also an actor. He's got a brand new kick-ass album called For the Love of Metal. Is that metal or what? Dee Snider's on the phone with us. Dee, how you doing?
I am doing great. If I was going to have to surgically remove the smile from my face, because For Love of the Metal is being received so well by the community, and this is such an unexpected surprise, actually, for me.
Way unexpected. I love it. It just shows that there is still a major love for this genre of music, and it's not. I've listened to the album twice now. We're spinning it on our show. We've been spinning both of the songs, your singles, um, and then going through it. It's not what you would think would be a Dee Snider album. It's different. It's a contemporary, modern kind of metal album. Tell us about how it all transpired. I mean, how did this all become? Because the last thing that I heard is you weren't really into doing music. You have your show. You're on Broadway. I mean, you're doing all kinds of things, and music was
Yeah.
kind of the last thing that you wanted to do. Who got you back in the studio?
Well, it's not that it's the last thing I wanted to do, but I didn't want to. I call it going back to the future, making a new old album. I had no desire to just repeat the past. And people have asked me, oh, Twisted guys want to do more music. I said there's no real interest in it, and I'm not really interested in it. But at the same time, I didn't feel confident that I could create on my own a contemporary metal sounding record. I'm OG metal guy. I'm day one metal guy, and I'm still a metal fan. I'm a fan of new metal music. My kids were all metalheads. I just have a love for the music. It was Jamie Josta who literally challenged me on his podcast, Jamie from Hatebreed, to do a contemporary record. I said, well, who's producing? He said, I am. And I said, who's going to write the music? Because it's got to be real. It's got to be genuine. And I didn't want to write songs that either sounded like I was trying to imitate new bands, or I sounded like I was in the 80s, stuck in the 80s, which I'm not. And Jamie said, D, everybody's going to want to be a part of this party. And he wasn't wrong. I mean, without a recording budget, nothing. We went in the studio, and the outpouring for people, members of Killswitch Engage, Lamb of God, Disturbed, Toxic Holocaust, people were just coming in. They were just supporting what I was doing, supporting Jamie's vision. And thank you, Jamie Josta, for helping me make an album I'm proud of and that the community's enjoying.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamie. I'll say that too. And if you guys don't know who Jamie Johnson is, that is the lead singer of Hatebreed, big metal band out there. Number 3 in the United States, 3 weeks in a row. That makes a statement. I just, here we had just last week the MTV Music Awards. Nothing mentioned about the genre of music that we love. It's all computerized hip hop, this and that. And, you put out an
Oh,
album, it's
let me
doing,
tell you,
huh?
this is first of all, yeah, number one. I know you just to be clear, number one for the last 3 weeks, pretty much all over the world.
Really?
But the album itself entered the Billboard Top 200 at number 20. So I was on the
Wow.
charts and with Kanye West, Taylor Swift, Drake, and all the rest of that garbage. I mean, they had to be looking around going, what the hell parallel universe is this? Dee Snider's metal album is on the charts with us. So, I mean, but you and I know, and people say to me, is heavy metal dead? No, it is alive, it is well, it is thriving, and in some ways I think it wasn't intentional, but somehow I think I may have made an album that is just shouting it from the mountaintops by calling it For the Love of Metal, and people are, and it's not just my old fans, it's new fans, it's young of all metalheads of all ages are tuning in and applauding this statement. That loud and proud. I love heavy metal. I'm not ashamed. I'm not hiding it. I'm not pretending it's something else. I'm not saying people are ashamed, but it's just somebody needs to step up and scream it. And I'm the guy.
Yes, you are. I'll say this to go along with your last statement. I'm listening to it. I'm in the backyard, I'm floating in the pool, enjoying a fine cigar and an adult beverage, and I'm going through and I'm listening. My wife comes out and goes, "That's Dee? It's new album?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I want a copy of that for the car."
Nice. You
That
married
was
well.
that was
But
nice.
the thing is, one of the questions I get asked, and people say this is heavier than Twisted Sister ever was.
Yeah.
And I said, if you really know Twisted, you know that Twisted, especially when you get back to the earliest days, going back to Under the Blade,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we were far more metallic than we became known for. You know, we got your hit songs overpower the memory of the band. But at the same time, I joined Twisted Sister, which was a glitter band. Glitter band, for people who know that, early 70s, there was a movement. It was rock. Bands like David Bowie, Alice Cooper, T-Rex,
Yeah.
Mott the Hooples, these names ring it. But
Mm-hmm.
they were like they weren't metal, they were hard rock bands.
Yep.
I joined this band that had these influences, but I also brought my love of metal. And when writing music for Twisted Sister, I was writing an amalgam of glitter rock, because I loved glitter rock, and heavy metal. Well, now that I'm on my own, my passion for metal, and I said OG metalhead, I am writing for me now as a solo artist, and this is what I want to sing. This is what I want to play. This is what I want to deliver. This speaks for Dee Snider. I was speaking for Twisted Sister, a band. Now I'm speaking for me.
That's awesome. And let's go back in time a little bit. You're right. Glitter. I mean, New York Dolls, all that kind of stuff was going on. Um, I can remember seeing you back. You're on tour with Iron Maiden. You're doing, I believe it's 5 nights at Long Beach Arena. It's on the Power Slave
Five
tour.
nights sold out.
That's right.
That is when the movement was undeniable. 5 nights sold out at the Long Beach Arena. Amazing.
And you broke the record. The record was broke, previously held by Neil Diamond, that had 4 nights. At that point in time, Iron Maiden was not getting radio play. That was Power Slave. You guys were getting radio play, and MTV was helping you guys out. I think MTV left Iron Maiden after the first couple of years of MTV being on. But what I was getting to is I can remember dudes spitting at you and just talking all kinds of crap, and you'd have to say, "Hey, the next dude that does that, why don't you come up here?" And now, here we go, 2018, and you are getting major accolades from all kinds of people. And I think some of those people that were probably being dicks to you guys. Isn't it just weird how time changes? You got these guys who were like, "Oh, these guys suck," but then here you are decades later and
Well,
you're still
you know
rocking.
what? This is the you know. Well, first of all, you come out. A band like Twisted Sister bursts onto the scene.
Yeah.
So to some people there's this sense of, oh, not Johnny Come Latelys, but like seizing the moment kind of band. And if you've seen there's a documentary called We Are Twisted Blanking Sister, which documents that existed for 10 years before we broke. Nobody can watch that documentary and not have their opinion of the band change, whether you liked us or not. Just the fact that we worked so hard and we fought so hard, and we were not. This is before Motley Crue, before Rat, before
Yes.
Poison, before any of these bands. There was Twisted Sister doing it, doing this crazy thing that we were doing. So there's that. Also, people expect a band, especially a sensational band like Twisted, a sensational personality like me, to come and go. And then when you don't go, and when you stay and you continue to create and produce, and whether it's radio or it's a movie like Strangeland,
Yeah.
and you people suddenly, these people start changing their opinion. Like, oh, I thought I had you figured out, but and me, I'm going, I ain't leaving, so get used to it. I mean, Alice Cooper. I said to Alice Cooper, "What happened in the old days, man, when people were afraid of us?" He goes, "Now they're happy to see us." He goes, "Now they get used to us." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You stay around long enough, they expect you to be there." And I became, oddly, people have gone, oh, then that I went to Washington and I fought censorship.
Yes.
And so people, like I said, they expected me to come and go, but then I didn't go. And they go, well, I guess I misunderstood Dee Snider, and I'm cool with that. I understand people make a snap judgment, but be man or woman enough to realize you were wrong.
I love when you went to Congress, man. They did not have any idea what the hell that they were expecting. This guy sits down and he's so articulate and blows them all away. I actually periodically on social media will repost that and just, hey, that was a great day. Thank you for doing that because that was just awesome. It was a great day in the
You know, I
in the
mean,
world
it's
of metal.
amazing. I went there to just do the right thing, as they say, and now it's become a part of history.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, any course in college on censorship that is a historic moment, and people speak of it. But at the end of the day, people say, "What was your motivation?" You know, I was asked to represent the music I love and to stand up and fight back. And their big mistake was asking me because I'm reasonably intelligent, and
Extremely.
I could speak, and I hope that I did right by our community. I tried.
You did. I'm 51 years old, and I tip my hat to you for doing that. You mentioned Strangelands, and man, I tell you what, you wrote that, you starred in that, and it's a 1998 movie. Wow, it made me think totally different of you. It was just great piece of work. I don't know if you've ever wanted to try to do a sequel or anything. Uh,
The sequel's been on and off for so many years. It is one of my great frustrations, but I'm actually developing some other horror things right now. People said to me, "Why didn't you write another horror movie?" Because it was the first of the torture genre. There had never been a film rated R for scenes of torture, and you know, and I changed the Saws and the Hostels. They all tip their hat to Strangeland for opening changing the game. So I haven't written anything new in that regard because I didn't want to just repeat myself. And I've got a movie that right now we're in the earliest stages of development on that I've written a game changer again. So hopefully in the not too distant future, you'll be seeing a new, first time in 20 years, a new horror creation that will rewrite the book of horror. You watch.
Cool. Looking forward to it. You got Dee Snider that did it, and then you got Rob Zombie. I mean, that's just awesome. Bring these metal guys into the horror genre. Hey, getting back to your new kick ass album, For the Love of Metal, Rockers, we have on the phone with us right now Dee Snider. He's the lead singer of Twisted Sister. He's got a brand new solo album, For the Love of Money. For the love of money, for the
Metal.
love of metal. Good Lord, we're gonna
Yeah,
edit that
and
out.
actually, it
But
should
I
be
do
pointed
love.
out there was no money. Yeah, but money's great. But it was pointed out that is why the title For Love of Metal, because we had no budget, we had no deal. Everybody who worked on this worked out of pocket. It was
Really?
that was there was we had nothing, and that was where the title came from. It was just Jamie made this challenge, and we started going in our spare time on our own dime, and people started coming to the table and joining in, and there was no guarantee of a release. There was no guarantee of anything, and it was just what they call a passion project, and that is the beauty of it, the spirit of it, and I think that's part of what comes across from it is just the genuineness of the love we all have for the genre, really.
No, it's a good album, and you can feel when you're listening to it all the guest stars that you have in it. How long did this project take from beginning to end?
We started, well, I mean, the challenge came a year ago
Okay.
on Jamie's show, and we started recording, I think it was in September of last year. We did the first couple of tracks, and wow, this really, and certainly it was like sort of like, is this going to work? Okay, the challenge been made, but can we do what Jamie's vision and what I hoped it would be? And then as it started coming together, we started recording over the winter, and we finished recording the last track around mid-January.
Hmm.
And then the album came out in July because then we had to go get a record deal.
Yeah.
But everybody wanted it. Every metal label was just vying for it and clamoring for it, and the reaction has just been so positive. It's great.
So you had a bidding war on your new album. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, and I didn't get no 360 deal like these young musicians get, which is so sad, really.
Yeah.
That I mean, I got a legit record deal offered me, and usually the record companies got, we want to hear, we're looking for another, is there, no, the mix, nope. It was just like, we love it. print it up, press it up, put it out, and it was just Napalm. God bless Napalm Records.
Yep.
Great label, and they just got Jamie's vision, and they saw my worth in the community.
Oh, that's cool. Are you going to tour on this, especially in North America and California? Are you going to do some shows to help support this album?
We were totally blindsided by this record in the sense that normally you plan your tour in concert with the planning of the recording of the record. So it's like, all right, recording now, we go in the studio, we release the album in blank, and then we start the tour. And it's a game plan for like the next year or so. Mm-hmm. Since we had no record deal and no plan, it just sort of happened. So the shows I've been doing now have been repurposed Dee Snider shows, just odd Dee Snider shows that I had. Yeah. So now we're sort of like, oh crap, this actually works. I need a metal band. I need Yeah. So we are booking shows.
Cool.
Moving forward, there's no, I can't tell you there's an official tour. Now that we've seen this connects with people, we are planning moving forward. Good. We're even planning on the follow-up album for the Love of Metal 2.
Sweet, love
which
it.
We expect
we don't
released in the spring.
That's awesome. We don't have a lot of time with you. Let's have some fun before we check out. CD, album, or MP3? Which do you prefer?
MP3. Believe it or not.
Oh, that's cool. It's easier.
I'm on the move all the time.
Yep.
Ease of transporting material and listening.
Yep. A lot of music in a small area. First album you ever bought?
A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles.
Nice. First concert you ever went to?
Old.
Hey, I'm right there with you. First concert.
First concert I went to. 10 years after.
Woo!
10 years after.
They were hot back then.
Made their name at Woodstock. And right after Woodstock, I saw them at Madison Square Garden.
Very cool. Okay, Dee, we are coming to the end of our interview. We thank you very much for calling into the Denim and Leather Show. Pick one song off of this new album, For the Love of Metal, and tell us about it, and we'll spin it.
American Made. American Made, new video coming out, the new single. This song is inspired by the Olympics.
Cool.
We're at a time in the world where we see, it seems like every country is coming apart at the seams. It really does.
Yep.
The world's so divisive, and we're at each other's throats. Yeah, when I watched the Olympics, I couldn't help but notice that every country and a countryman joined together to cheer their team on.
Amen.
And it made me realize that we're still a family, a dysfunctional family, but when push comes to shove, we stand together. And that was the inspiration for American Made, and I hope people get that message and remember that.
Awesome. Dee Snider, you are a legend. We thank you for everything that you've done behind the mic, in front of the screen, all the things that you do. You keep on going. I tip my hat to you, and thank you again for calling in to the Denim and Leather Show. Best of luck, and I hope to be able to see you on the road real soon.
Thank you, VikingDave. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man. Awesome.